Trial 2 looked at the capacity of private service providers to engage with digital agriculture. It was a collaboration between Sugar Research Australia and the Cotton Research and Development Corporation. The trial came about because of the need for private service providers to be able to appraise what technology they should use, what they should invest in, and how its interpretation and outputs could be applied in a farm context to enhance their services to their customers. The aim of the trial was to build the capacity of private service providers, such as cotton and sugar consultants, to be able to incorporate digital tools and services into their businesses and those of their customers.
The trial team's first question was, what are the major issues associated with the delivery of digital agricultural services for the private service providers? It was decided that the best way to find this out was to bring a representative group of people together for a one-day facilitated scoping workshop to dig out these major issues. This group was called the Focus Group. The trial team met again and discussed the outcomes from the scoping meeting. They suggested the best way to address the issue of working out the value proposition of digital technology was to build an evaluation framework that facilitated a private service provider to assess a digital technology or service.
From this, the trial went about developing what they ended up calling the DVA or Digital Value Assessment Framework that was able to assist these private advisors to work out what this value proposition of digital technology and services is. Participants in the trial then came up with individual case studies within their own businesses that they ran through the DVA tool, and they all found that the tool really helped them through that decision-making process.
My case study was to evaluate the feasibility of using drones to do weed inspections in paddocks for us, given that we're probably going to lose the ability to use our four-wheeler motorbikes in the future.
My case study in this project is looking at how to streamline my soil testing process along with data storage.
What the case study was about was utilising that drone to help spatially identify weeds in fallow crop paddock situations.
Our case study was looking at us developing a soil mapping system for our region. We've got a lot of sodic soils, magnesic soils, and we wanted to drive precision agriculture. So we were quite keen to look at buying some soil mapping equipment.
Look, I found being involved in the project really valuable for getting my ideas together and getting them in a structure that enabled me to actually implement them, as opposed to just thinking about them and not really acting on them.
I really enjoyed the project. The issues that were raised were prevalent and they were realistic. People that were involved in the project from other industries or other ag industries were good people to work with.
I've actually found it quite good. It was a small working group and people with similar businesses to ours and probably similar ideas and similar problems, and some outside help with different skill sets just to help us to streamline the evaluation framework.
And as we worked through the project, it was quite good. It actually made you think in a logical manner on what to think about.
Yeah, the frameworks is very simple because most of the questions are yes or no, or a very simple what are you trying to achieve. So it makes you get down to the real nuts and bolts of what it is and have you addressed this issue. And if you haven't, well, then you need to go and look at it.
The evaluation framework has been very handy, very useful for us to sort of work through the case study just by cutting out a lot of the emotion involved, and because a lot of these decisions are based on feel and emotion, and bringing it back down to nuts and bolts, dollars and cents, feasibility for the project.
The key points that came out of the trial were that co-innovation assists private agricultural advisors to engage and enhance their capacity to incorporate digital agriculture into their businesses. Secondly, collaboration between people in industry enables the complex challenges of digital agricultural decisions to be worked through. It also showed that the demonstration of the value proposition for a digital technology is required. And this has been achieved by developing a DVA facilitation tool.
This trial has suggested that a facilitated collaborative approach to focus on an identified issue can achieve very practical outcomes. By involving the target audience from the beginning of the process and facilitating their ideas and concerns into a structured decision-making process has enabled technology development by focusing on capacity building for change.